What to do when your tenant defaults on rent. No property owner or property manager wants to encounter this, but unfortunately, it can certainly happen. In this podcast, we discuss what to do when your tenant defaults on rent. If a tenant breaches their agreement by falling behind in rental payments, it's very advantageous to manage this situation promptly, as it can save you time, stress, and of course, money. It is not always easy to resolve the problem, so we take the opportunity to provide some support in this podcast. Your property manager will be the most trusted and reliable partner in this case, so please ensure you discuss the situation in detail with them. What should you do first up? As soon as you're aware the tenant has fallen behind in rent, your property manager should be contacting the tenant to address the situation and ascertain when they are behind and when they'll be paid. If the rent payments fall further behind shortly after, you should immediately issue a breach of notice to prevent further loss. It is important to note a breach notice cannot be issued until the tenant is a certain number of days behind in payments. This number varies depending on the location of the property. When can I issue a breach of notice? When rent is in default. Each state in Australia is different, but we have summarised a few of the states for your records. As you can see here, we have Victoria and New South Wales, Queensland and Western Australia. Victoria and New South Wales are very similar. There is no date to issue a breach notice. This means you can issue it once it is 1 day overdue by providing the tenant with 14 days to pay the amount in arrears. For Queensland, if your tenant enters rental in arrears after 7 days, you can issue a breach of notice. It's also known as a remedy breach, which provides the tenant with 7 days to pay the outstanding amount. Western Australia can issue it once it is 1 day overdue by providing the tenant with 14 days to pay the amount in arrears. There are a number of documents that accompany the breach notice. Your property manager would liaise with you and help with the process. It's very important to issue a breach notice correctly, so if it's done incorrectly, it can cause more problems and you may be looking to address this in a court or a tribunal system. What do I do if the tenant doesn't pay the outstanding amount? If you are unable to resolve the rent in arrears, the landlord and property manager may be able to issue a termination notice and end the lease agreement. This requires another step-by-step process, but having an experienced property manager will help this immensely. Can landlord insurance help? Landlord insurance is a great safety net when something goes wrong. Demonstrating a thorough and prompt process of issuing the breach notice will help you become entitled to a claim. Landlord cover is most valuable when you have rent in arrears. Policies will differ among insurance providers, but it's common to see a policy cover you for up to 6 months loss of rent. Terms and conditions certainly apply, so seeking advice to sourcing the right policy is critical. Do you want help buying an investment property? Well, at Crest Property Investments, we specialise in sourcing brand new and off-the-plan properties for buyers. If you'd like to learn more about property investment, please feel free to look us up on our website. You can contact us through our website directly. It's www.crestproperty.net.au. Our YouTube channel, Market Insights, also provide a wealth of information to assist you with many areas relating to property. Hope this helps, and we'll speak to you soon.